And you heard it here first, folks. 1 second. This just in. Strange reports are coming in from all over the country of unexplained sights and sounds. Now back to our reporter back in the studio, Debunk Dilettante. Hello and welcome to Debunk Dilettante, where I give you my take on the unexplained. Today we have some interesting news stories coming in from all over the country of strange sights and sounds that we're going to try and debunk. Let's dive right in.
Unusual sounds and noises are leaving a community in Bucks County concerned.
Neighbors in Bensalem have reported hearing loud booms and bright flashes of light. You take a listen.
Ooh, okay. I know Bucks County. Oh.
A neighbor caught the alarming noise on camera Saturday, and this is not the only time it's happened. Now people want answers. NBC 10's Deanna Durante is joining us live from Bensalem with the very latest on this. Deanna.
Well, folks who live around here say that those noises come from across the street where I'm standing, across some of their homes, even behind these woods and down the street. What they want to know is who's causing them, what's behind them, and how to make it stop.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts. Let's see.
I'll hear them right away and go, what in the world was that?
It's not the first time Rick Diaguano has heard it or seen the flashes of light. Sometimes you think they're coming from the
bang and
I
then
definitely know
brightness,
two or three came from that way because I could see the flash.
Let's see the
this
flash.
One seemed more this way.
His cameras capturing them all. April 2025, January 4th.
Oh, January 4th.
January
okay.
10th. Just a few of the events he has witnessed.
I came up and I saw the flash from all the different angles, and that was pretty intense.
Saturday afternoon, he was in the basement, and he still heard it.
We thought his van blew up or something out here in the driveway.
So that means it was pretty loud.
It was huge.
It's a loud boom.
And the flash was brilliant.
Bensalem police say no major reports.
That one you saw the
We
light.
checked with Pico.
Then the
if they've
boom.
been doing repairs or had calls for service at the time of the blasts. Residents have taken to social media, and yet so far, no one has given them a cause.
Oh, come on. Do you really not know what this is?
Loud booms.
Mysterious.
Very odd. And then it's like, how do these huge noises happen? And there's no answer for it.
Oh, I think I have answers. Okay.
And people in this neighborhood are hoping if somebody does, maybe they'll call police or Bensalem Township. We did send the video to Pico, and a spokesperson told us that the company had no work being done in the area this weekend and was confident that the source of those noises and flashes are not from the utility company. Again, if you have any information, give Bensalem Township a call. Reporting live in Bensalem, Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
All right, well, I have definitely heard these before. Now, Bucks County is pretty close to the city, or it's really pretty much like its own city outside of Philadelphia, in Bensalem. And I think they're just not used to what I'm used to in a slightly more rural area that I live in, growing up, around lots of these booms. I noticed that one of the tags showed it was on January 4th, and one of them was also on January 10th. Now, what happens at the beginning of the year that would cause loud booms and flashes of bright lights? I don't know, maybe fireworks. So I think this is just some crazy redneck neighbor who is setting off fireworks, maybe in the woods over there near their houses so that they're not seeing them do it. Come on, they sounded exactly like fireworks. At first I thought maybe a transformer because I heard the boom, then saw the flash of light. But then when they played that same clip back the second time, the one maybe in April, it was a flash of light, then a boom. I think that the sound was just delayed, or they played it back in the improper order on the news station. I really do think that these are just fireworks, and these folks should be calling the cops and having the cops come out and take care of this crazy neighbor. But it's nothing paranormal. It's nothing that strange. It's nothing unexplainable. So, sorry, fireworks.
What started out as drone sightings across the East Coast has now appeared in the night sky over Minnesota. Several reports from different parts of the state with blinking lights and flying objects that haven't yet been identified. Fox 9's Rob Olson has been going over all that footage. He joins us live now. All right, Rob, what do you think's going on here? What are the people you've been talking to think's going on?
Well, nobody knows what's going on. That's the problem, is that there's so many questions about what is this? If the government doesn't know,
oh, he's got a drone going on in the back.
Are they trying to find out? Is there anything to worry about? That's what I'm hearing from people. That is an actual drone. That's my drone. It's about that big. It's just
like a toy drone.
A small hobby drone that I have. That's what they look flying at night. And what people say that they are seeing in the sky doesn't appear to be anything like that, and the problem is they can't figure out.
But there are so many different kinds of drones.
They're extremely bright. They're not blinking. Once it turns to the side, they just glide.
Stephanie Guzman took this video out her window Thursday night in Woodbury. Things that moved like drones but were shaped like diamonds, like a small airplane, she said. She has no idea what they were, except they moved
better in
in
2026 with
filming.
It was
just like they were just floating and hovering and moving gently this way and then sliding this way.
Gently gliding like ballerinas.
And once they decided to leave the area, it was like gone.
This video came to us
because
from
they were
caught. A woman who said the strange lights she saw did not move or flash, but they were also, to her eye, not explainable.
There's another one up there.
Oh, crap.
A few days ago, we showed you these videos from a family in Northfield who've seen strange lights since summer, which prompted a woman in Lakeville to send us these pictures she took nearly 3 weeks ago.
It looks like a lens flare.
Object that sounded like a helicopter, but clearly to her
was
not.
That's a window.
And
That could be
convinced
lights
it also
behind
was
her
not
reflecting.
an airplane.
I don't believe that the United States of America, with its military capabilities, does not know what these objects are.
Man, all these people for
Friday
drones.
morning, because so many of these sightings have been happening on the East Coast, the demands that the federal government either say more about what they do know or do more to
clearly a
find
drone.
out.
Clearly a drone.
How can you not know what they are and say you shouldn't be concerned?
But that was a statement from the FBI and Homeland Security on Thursday that there's no national security or public safety threat and no foreign origin. But with so many more people, with so many more mysterious sightings in more places like Woodbury, Minnesota, answers, they say, would be nice.
And it doesn't feel good. There's no answers. I think we all need to demand answers, and I think that's a collective agreement.
What do you think's going to happen?
And that's really the concern here, is finding out exactly what these are, who's behind them, what they are doing, if there's a simple answer or not. It's clearly probably not a whole bunch of people with things like this, just flying them at night, just
there's
to
different kinds.
scare people.
There's big
but again,
fancy
what is it? Who are they from? This is the call that we're hearing more and more across the country. But again, we got 4 or 5 different emails today from people in this area with similar sightings. Live in Edina, Rob Wilson, Fox 9.
Okay, well, there were a lot of different videos there, not just one or two. The one that the lady that was interviewed showed, it just looked like dots. I couldn't tell you, what they were from that just wonderful videoing. I know it's hard to film at night. I'll give her that. It is. Even on my camera, on my phone, it's hard. But it honestly just looked to me from the other ones that it was just drones. There are some really fancy ones that you can spend a couple $1,000s and get a really nice drone, even off of Amazon. And they're bigger. Not all of them blink. Some of them have steady lights. Some of them have settings where you can make them blink or not blink, turn on the lights or turn them off. And you can fly them pretty high. Some of them are really nice. And then some of them are little toy ones that you would get for a kid that cost about $25 to $100. And those look closer to what the reporter had. And, those are a little bit more obvious. Most of them do have the red and green blinking lights and the 4 rotors on them. But some of them get fancy. And some of them are remote control airplanes and remote control helicopters. But those usually make sounds that are a little bit different. But they all have rotors. And, once they get up to a certain height in the sky, you can't hear them anymore. So it honestly could be anybody. I don't think it's anyone trying to mess with people. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe they are trying to mess with people. But honestly, they're just having fun with their hobby, which in this case is drone flying. But one of those videos there, the one right before the "holy crap" exclamation, looked like Starlink to me, actually, when they kind of zoomed in on it and it was less blurry. It was a bunch of dots in a straight row, and I myself have seen 2 or even 3 sightings now of Starlink. I really think that that's all that one was. So they're seeing different things. Starlink going to its new home or drones. It's nothing that unexplainable in my opinion, but I don't think it's anything nefarious, and I don't think these people have anything to worry about.
Now,
Now, before we get to this next story, we just have to say that we don't really like reporting on UFO stories.
We don't, but something captured on one of our News 4 sky cams last week, there it is right there, is now taking social media by storm.
Okay.
News 4's Spencer Humphrey goes in search of answers as to what it might be.
Snow in addition to all of that.
It was no more than a minute into News 4's 9 o'clock newscast last Friday night when forewarned storm team meteorologist Aaron Brackett hit the green screen and did something he's done countless times over his 15-year career.
And a lot of times, I start out with a sky cam.
Friday, he showed a sky cam near Penn Square Mall, pointing northwest.
7-day forecast moving
when something caught his eye.
Look at its movement. Okay.
That is right there. That's pretty interesting. I start seeing this object, and it's flying faster, moving faster than anything I've really observed out there.
It just didn't make sense.
It's going down. It's moving really quickly. It's bright. It's got some light to it, and I kind of called attention to it.
Reflecting
pretty
light.
Interesting. Moving really fast. Okay.
He posted the clip online where it took off, making its way from X to TikTok to Reddit to online publications who declared Aaron must have caught a UFO live in action. Dozens of commenters chimed in with theories too. It must be aliens, maybe a bird. It had to be a plane. No, it was definitely a helicopter.
It was Superman.
We showed it to Chopper 4 pilot Mason Dunn.
At first, I thought it might be a spotlight from the ground, maybe the rotating beacon at an airport, but it doesn't look like that to me, so I have no idea what it is.
One thing he is sure of.
I'm pretty confident that it wasn't a plane or a helicopter.
The physics just wouldn't make sense.
That light is moving very fast, even faster than an airplane would. If it were a plane, it would have taken longer.
It's probably closer to the screen.
I've seen comets and things falling from the sky during the night when you're flying.
So that's it. It must have been something in space. We took that theory to astronomer Wayne Harris Wyrick.
I first started to think, is that a possible meteor? Because they do enter the atmosphere. Or is that a returning, like a second stage or a burnout stage of a satellite of some kind?
Not with that movement.
And there's certain things to look for. It didn't fit any of those at all.
Plus, Friday wasn't exactly stargazing weather anyway.
It was mostly cloudy that night.
You would have heard noises and you would have had reports of it. But a typical little meteor that makes a streak across the sky that lasts, a second or so, no, you're not going to see that through clouds.
This is far from the first time someone's asked him to decipher a mysterious flying object caught on camera. He says almost every time there is a plausible explanation for what we see.
I just think it seems unlikely to me that any aliens can fly hundreds or thousands of light years here and do stuff like that in our sky. If they're going to come here, they're going to probably be invisible to us.
And not to burst the bubble of all you online theorists, but he's pretty sure he knows what's happening here.
So I think it's a bird.
That's right, just a bird flapping its wings across the night sky.
I agree.
I'm guessing that camera probably is an infrared camera, which means you're going to see it differently than you would in daylight with sunlight on it. And you can see all the lights of the city down below. I think just getting light from the city coming up, and as it flaps its wings, which I think it's doing, you're getting that change of lighting pattern.
Regardless, it's a close encounter with something Brackett won't forget.
We're always seeing airplanes going up and down, and we've seen hot air balloons, all kinds of cool stuff. This really stuck out.
Now, there were some other people we heard from online who theorized it may have just been a bug crawling across the camera. Harris Wyrick told us he actually thought that as well, but given this time of year it is with temperatures so cold, he just says he doesn't think that's very likely.
Well, color me impressed. I was really intrigued by this one, but they really did their homework. They reached out to all sorts of experts, and I 100% agree with what they did there with their debunking. I think it was a bird too. I noticed that its pattern kind of changed a little bit, and it seemed slightly bigger and slightly smaller at times as the light was catching its wings. It was the movement. Definitely not a plane. Definitely not Superman, and yeah, I was thinking about bugs too. It could have been a bug crawling on the screen or near the screen, but when he mentioned snow, I thought, no, there's not too many bugs out when it's that cold. So a bird actually makes perfect sense. Something like, a night heron would be out in the evening like that, or even some birds like an egret flying home for the evening. So they did a really good job debunking this on their own, just proving that science and some logic would answer it rather than jumping straight to, it's a UFO. Some things are just explained flying objects if you give it a chance. So I give them an A+ for all around great reporting on this one. Well, folks, you heard it here first. Seems that some things can just be debunked by science and logic and reasoning. Join us next time. From Debunk Dilettante News, this has been Debunk Dilettante. Have a good evening.
Maybe a bird. It had to be a plane. No, It was definitely a helicopter.
It was Superman.